Hello students, in today's lecture we will learn to draw the acceleration diagram for crank and slotted lever mechanism. This type of mechanism is widely used as quick return mechanism in slotting and shaping machines. This mechanism describes the motion of a movable point on a link which has some angular velocity. Like the slider P here is pivoted to the crank OP and also it is placed inside the slotted lever AR. So as the crank rotates, the slider will also rotate, plus it will also slide inside the slotted lever. So this slider will be having motion of two types. One is the rotary motion and also the sliding motion. So it is always convenient to take a point Q on the link AR immediately below the point P, and these points P and Q are known as coincident points. As the crank will rotate, there is relative motion of the point P and Q along the AR. So the relative motion of point P and Q will have two components of acceleration. One will be the sliding component, which will be along the link AR, and another will be the Coriolis component, which will be perpendicular to the link. Further, before drawing the acceleration diagram for such mechanism, I believe that you have gone through the video related to the velocity diagram of the same mechanism. If not, please go through the video of the velocity diagram, and along with that also go through the videos related to the introduction to acceleration analysis and the video of Coriolis component. This will help you in drawing the acceleration diagram of the problem discussed in this video. So for this we take up a problem which is similar to the previous problem as taken in the velocity diagram. The dimensions of a quick return mechanism of the slotted lever type are as follows. OA is equal to 400 mm, OP is equal to 200 mm, AR is equal to 700 mm, RS is equal to 300 mm. For the configuration diagram shown, determine the acceleration of the cutting tool at S and the angular acceleration of the link RS. The crank OP rotates at 200 rpm. So in order to draw the configuration diagram, we take a suitable scale such as 100 mm is represented by 2 cm. So to start with drawing the configuration diagram, we first draw a vertical line OA, which will be representing our fixed link or the frame. From point O, we draw a line at an angle of 120 degrees, which will be representing our crank OP of 200 mm. Take it to the proper scale. On this P, the slider will be pivoted. And this slider will be sliding inside the slotted lever, or it is placed inside the slotted lever, which will be represented by the link RA. So we join A to P and extend to R. So this point will have two markings. One will be P, that is on the slider, and another is Q, that is on the link AR, and both are coincident points. Now as per the configuration diagram, we draw the axis of the motion of the cutting tool. So from point O at a distance of 350 mm, we draw a axial line or the horizontal line which represents the axis of motion of cutting tool. On this axis, we cut a point S such that RS is equal to 300 mm. And the cutting tool is pivoted to point S. The cutting tool or the slider reciprocates between the guides G, which is also fixed. Also, the crank is rotating at the uniform angular velocity of 210 rpm. You have to note that angular acceleration of the crank is not given. That means the tangential component of the acceleration will be 0 as alpha is not given. Further, we draw the acceleration diagram. To draw the acceleration diagram, we write the vector equation for acceleration. So according to the configuration given, we can see that acceleration of Q relative to O will be equal to the acceleration of Q relative to P plus acceleration of P relative to O. This can be written as acceleration of Q relative to O is equal to FQP, that is acceleration of Q relative to P, plus FPO, that is acceleration of P relative to O. It can be better understood as acceleration of Q relative to A is equal to acceleration of P relative to O plus acceleration of Q relative to P. This can be further written as A1Q1 will be equal to O1P1 plus P1Q1. These are the final acceleration or the total acceleration. Now, if we write this in the form of components, then FCQA plus FTQA will be equal to FCPO plus F Coriolis component of QP and plus the sliding component of QP. You can note that the tangential component of the link PO is not here, as the angular acceleration is not given. Further, this can be written as A1QA plus QA-Q1 is equal to O1P1 plus P1QP plus QP-Q1. This will be the representation of these vectors in the acceleration diagram. Next, we make the vector table. So we calculate the values of various components of acceleration. FCPO will be equal to R, that is OP square upon length of the link OA. OP is measured from the velocity diagram and it is calculated as 4.4. So this will give us 96.8 meter per second square. And we know that the direction of the centripetal component is parallel to the link and towards the center of rotation of the link. Next, the Coriolis component. Coriolis component is equal to 2 omega V. Omega is the angular velocity of the link on which the slider is sliding, and V is the sliding velocity of the slider. So this will be equal to 2 V RA upon the length of the link RA into VQP. So this will give us the Coriolis component will be equal to 35.5 meter per second square. And we know that the Coriolis component will be perpendicular to AQ. Further, the discussion on the direction will be done later. Also, the sense will be towards the velocity point A in the velocity diagram. This will also be discussed later. Similarly, the sliding velocity of P relative to Q will be parallel to AQ because it will be moving on the link AQ or AR. Next, centripetal component of QA will be equal to QA square AQ square upon AQ. This AQ is found out from the velocity diagram. So this will give us 20.4 meter per second square, and we know the central component is parallel to the link, so it will be parallel to the link AQ and towards the center of rotation of the link. The tangential component of QA will be perpendicular to the link, and similarly the central component of the link RS will be FCSR. This will be equal to RS square upon length of the link RS. RS is again calculated from the velocity diagram. So this will give us 6.63 meter per second square. And centripetal component will be parallel to the link and towards the center of rotation of the link. Now, this is all for this lecture. We will continue further in the part 2 of this topic, in which we will draw the acceleration diagram for the given problem. Thank you.